important for the future of women's basketball. In short, let's not be dilly-dallying. This Caitlin Clark has been a phenomenon this season, but this latest outing took her to a different level altogether. If this is how Clark goes down, and WNBA history that will be in the books forever, as the day she eclipsed bettered her rookie scoring record by surpassing none other than Cheryl Swoops. Clark's 35-point scoring was not just about the figures within than about the head, the way, the guts and the ruthlessness that distinguishes good and great people. Almost instantly Clark became the focal point of the game by showcasing an outstanding ability to score in addition to making plays and maintaining a calm demeanor typical of experienced players. There isn't anything that's been more admirable than the way she approached each and every critical moment. Both accurate and confidence were constant throughout those execution moments. It was only the third time in WNBA history that a player performed like that, a 23-point and 10 assists game without a single turnover. Caitlin Clark is no longer a player with all the potential. She is emerging as a serious contender. There's a reason why Caitlin Clark gets hyped like that, and that is because she delivers during the time that matters, or when it counts the most. This kind of performance will raise the bar for other rookies, and we'll explore the possibilities of the WNBA to further. And whilst this was happening, her teammates were not standing back and making great contributions. Or Echo Gumbo Worley also made waves with a highlight reel ankle breaker that ended up with an important triple, one of those moments that brings fans to their feet. It wasn't only a memorable sequence, it was a crucial moment that kept the Indiana Fever in the game and showcased Rico Gumbo Worley's ability to deliver when the stakes are high. Although she was not the only one having all the fun on the court, as Kelsey Mitchell also went off for a cool 30 points, and that's the moment of the game which made everyone believe that she is one of the most trustworthy and deadly players in the league. Mitchell's ability to make big-time shots when it's most needed was very important for the Fever, and her chemistry with Clark is fast developing into one of the most deadly backcourts and the WNBA. These performances combined help highlight the abundance of talent on this team. Improved that the Indiana Fever are a whole lot more than Caitlin Clark. They are a very well-rounded and balanced team who are ready for whatever comes their way. As if the game needed more excitement, Lexi Hole threw in a circus shot that added more suspense to an already gripping affair. This wasn't just a mere shot, it was the kind of action that is synonymous with the WNBA, where every single possession and every single point can make or break the game. Hole's crazy shot reminded everyone of the kind of insanity and excitement that the WNBA brings, which is why it is so entertaining. In the final minutes ticked down, the feeling in the gym became tenser and tenser as the lead exchanged hands a couple of times as both teams dug in for a seesaw affair where fans screamed in their seats. Caitlin Clark did not stop even when she was scoring. As a player opting to create, she got players their assists in double figures. The Fever may have been on the receiving end of the scoreboard, however the way the team competed, particularly under Clark's leadership and Hole's heroics, it's obvious that this is a team with character, ability and intent to challenge the best teams in the league. Caitlin Clark's emphatic performance in this particular game cannot be shrunk down to be merely another excelling match and her debut season, but rather is a bold introduction to what can be accurately dubbed as her being a true MVP candidate. In order to break records, one needs to have those fat acts. However, breaking those records time and time again while under extreme pressure is what sets Clark from the rest of the herd. What makes her a future icon is how she scores, rallies up assists, takes control of crucial moments, and the leadership is more than most prospects provide. As the season goes on, so does the discussion regarding the MVP, and it is because a wonderful becoming less and less possible to dismiss Caitlin Clark, the most recent of them completely obliterating her own record and leading her team through perhaps the most grueling game of the current season, is indicative of the strength of her will, her talent, and the impression she is making in the WNBA. Then it's just a question of when rather than if Caitlin Clark will be crowned the MVP of the league. If she follows that very same path, the game was not only premised on Caitlin Clark and her historic performance, but it also represented a beacon of things to come WNBA-wise under the direction of young assets such as Clark or Ricky Ago, Mickey and Kelsey Mitchell. The league is ready to advance to another level of competition, energy and size. These players are breaking barriers not only on the court but also off of it by expanding the fan base and promoting women's basketball around the world. The scope of their performances is not just limited to the court, as they are managing to rebrand the image of the WNBA, creating a more engaging league to basketball lovers. The intensity and complexities accommodated in this game proves that the WNBA is embarking on a golden period owing to its young stars. There are many reasons to be excited about the league's future, particularly with Caitlin Clark as a player, and this includes growth and audience numbers and income like never before. The WNBA is on the change for the better, and with players like Clark spearheading for the rest of the years to come, it is evident that Caitlin Clark is not just making a stir in the WNBA, she is a tender who is turning the tables on the league. She is quite simply an extraordinary individual who has the skills to set records, lead her team, and entertain the fans, all of which come as a product of her diligence and love for the game. It has been an amazing clock watching exercise for Clark. However, it wasn't enough to only wish to prove herself. She's been willing to do so at every opportunity. Unless one thinks that it is over, this story definitely has more chapters. With every passing game, Clark is helping make the chronicles of WNBA better, and I bet such chronicles will incite young people in the years to come. The performances will speak to the statistics. That is how far she has gone, but it is even more about what her image holds to the women's basketball future. As young stars such as Clark keep ascending down the WNBA, the possibilities are endless, and the league will be closer to the peak than it has ever been. WNBA has made us stir, and with Caitlin Clark's brilliance, one does not have to be old to hold an appreciation of the game. Caitlin Clark does love, not disrespect, have for the fact that she spoke out as he gave a voice to Eminem and so many other entities back. And if you're going to break the record, mean if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player said it. Caitlin Clark is running away with the WNBA assists lead. She's 25 better than anybody else in the league. Pretty extraordinary for a rookie. Caitlin Clark, in a shock to me, has proven already to be a once-a-generation passer. I did not see that coming at Iowa, and we appreciate you staying with us for more deep analyses of Caitlin Clark's mesmerizing season. You may like, comment, and subscribe to the channel covering more on WNBA and its